I mean, it has been in the news lately. We will be bringing you insights as to which roads are going to benefit from this big push. We'll also be looking at some of the regions that will be benefiting as well. And one question that a lot of people keep asking is the fact that the Kumasi-Accra road that has been a death trap, sorry, that what the minister said that party many again you to the show today. Again, I am now adding just as we all do, we're going to set our conversations. Let's take this break. When we come back, our motivation is next. Welcome back to this morning show. Now let's take our quote of the day. Today's motivational quote is by Dean Axon, and he says, "Always remember that the future comes one day at a time. Always remember that the future comes one day at a time." And that is from Dean Axon. And today's message is very clear in this quote. I mean, Dean Axon is just talking about patience and perspectives when we come to our future. We know sometimes our futures may look very overwhelming. It doesn't always come at once. Nobody has got his or her future, coming at once. It always takes a process. It is one day at a time, one step at a time, one consistent, move at a time. And that is what Dean Axon is saying this morning, that regardless of how overwhelming our future may look, it will take patience, it will take consistency, it will take a few experiences for us to get that desired future we want. And so the question I'm asking this morning is, what small step are you taking towards your future? You know you want to be someone, you know you want to get to that point, but what are you doing now to get to that particular point in your life? This morning, we are just motivating you to keep going, to keep winning, focus on winning today. I mean, focus on what today brings. And it is what today brings, tomorrow brings, and the other days that will come together to give you that beautiful future you envisage for yourself. That's what we have for you on today's motivational quote. I hope you have been motivated. Up next is our newspaper and online review. And welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. I have my gentlemen here with me as always, and they are going to help us in the conversation surrounding the trends and because
incentive to be a little the money.
For online with currency region. It's because in the person of Nana Kunedu Yadom, the third. And she is the 14th Asantehema of the Ashanti Kingdom. And today, she's been, laid to rest. What do you make of, the 4 days funeral rites that, have been happening for her?
Okay.
So, well, let's look at it from the Asante Kingdom. Not only in Ghana, but in Africa, when it comes to the display of cultural heritage, the display of tradition. When it comes, even when you're outside Africa, you go to the US and the symbol of African unity or African pride is usually emanated from the symbols or gestures or even the traditional attires of the Ashanti Kingdom. And you realize that this is a clan or a group of people that have been able to safeguard or keep their culture to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's because it's not close, it's not the capital, because, when you're the capital, a lot of traditions come in and then they infiltrate, because you have a little bit of Ashanti, you have a little bit of the Guans, you have a little bit of everyone mixing it all together. So it tends to filter your own culture. But when you look at the Ashanti region and the Ashanti Kingdom themselves, and the way they've been able to preserve their culture the way they've been able to enforce it as well, because you realize that during this 4-day period, shops were supposed to be closed, banks were supposed to be closed, and how dare you not close it? This is how they've been able to maintain cultural heritage with the need of modern times, being able to balance it up. So just looking at the funeral rites and then the celebrations from that particular perspective, it goes to show you that this is a very powerful kingdom, and they've really upheld cultural heritage.
I have a concern, with regards to the culture. Are you sure the young people of today are able to connect with the culture? Because I saw a video where those men who, I don't know, is it
Abrafo? Yes.
Yeah, and the man was like, Upia yebekun, Upia yebekun. And I was asking, what about those that, sorry to say, would have to use, the public facilities outside? How are they going to connect?
So it's not the entire day that Upia Ibekun. There are certain, sometimes culture, that you should think about the reasons behind some of these cultural.
What are some of the reasons?
For instance, let's take it up. They say no farming on a particular day, let's say Thursdays.
Yeah.
And that's why they call it Ase and all that.
Yeah.
And you realize that today, people go in the forest to do all kind of things. And the reason why it was said not to farm on Thursdays was because the environment itself needs some time to regenerate some of its soil nutrients to regenerate. But when you go and you till the land, till the land, you may end up not letting it regenerate and regrow. So our forefathers, with their wisdom, said that, okay, now let's keep this particular day and let it be sacred, so that no one goes to farm on that particular day. Now, the same, fishing, no fishing on Tuesdays in the Ga communities along the, the shores. Now, when you look at the reason, also, the fish in the sea, they tend to come, and there are cycles and that there are times that they tend to come and then they reproduce more often and come and bask in the sunshine. So that if you fish on Tuesdays, you end up getting all the fish, and then tomorrow you'll not be able to come. It's sort of creating a certain cycle that can let the environment regenerate in its own resources. Now, isn't that against popular culture, what we are experiencing now?
Yeah.
A lot of people do not have the understanding behind the reasons why these rules were set.
Yeah.
For instance, if they say that don't go anywhere in the Ashanti Kingdom on this particular evening, there are certain funeral rites that they actually perform that are not in the normal of this. They don't want you to observe that particular thing. So if saying that do not come out at this particular time, sometimes they need the peace and quiet so that they can usher the Asante Hima from how do you call it, from where we are now to the land of the dead.
Yeah.
So these are a lot of things that actually is, and their beliefs are backed by it. So these rules, it's not that just trying to show their powers and all that, but there are reasons behind them.
So before Clement comes in, let me remind our viewers that we are just discussing the 4 days funeral rites for the Asante Hima, I mean, the late Queen Mother of the Ashanti Kingdom, Nana Konadu Yadom the third, and she was the 14th Asante Hima and the elder sister of Osei Tutu the second. Died on August 7th, 2025, and she died at the age of 98. She will be laid to rest today. And so we are just talking about the culture of the Ashanti people. Clement.
Mimi, I think Nana has said everything.
Yeah.
I just want to add this. In other jurisdictions, or even in Ghana, some parts would say that the Queen Mother is 90 years plus. So the celebration, they should be in white because it's a celebration of life.
Yeah.
We believe that after age 70, it means you really live. Some parts of the world, they believe that for funeral rites, we should be in black and red. When you look at the videos we displayed on the screen, you saw the Asante king himself, Osei Tutu the second, who was displaying the culture, who was dressed in black, and also at the funeral grounds were in black, were in red. Yeah. Yesterday, I saw the like of the regional minister in black. I saw the like of the chairman for the NPP, the regional chairman also there was also in black. So you see that all these people are coming to the grounds not because they are supposed to be there, but because of the culture of the good people of the Asante Kingdom. I saw an information, notice, I don't know whether it's true yesterday, that you are not supposed to wear skirts to the funeral grounds. Yeah. You are not supposed to wear earrings to the funeral grounds. Yeah. You are not supposed to put on some kind, all these kind of things, no makeup to the funeral. Exactly. So people are asking the question that why is Asante Kingdom or the king of Asante portraying such kind of authority? I believe that they respect the culture. Exactly. They don't want anything to just mingle. You ask the question another that why would the youth align with us? You need to align with us. And that is what Asante Kingdom is telling us. That let's go back to the roots. What our gave us, that is what we are supposed to portray, not any other thing. I love when we went to Cape Coast, I saw one young person who was to the planning the festival, very young, at the age of 25 to 30, and he was explaining the culture of Cape Coast. And someone asked, how come a youth like this would find himself in such a position? But he said that tradition doesn't mean that you belong to the gods or belongs to wherever. But he believed that tradition is a way of life. So we should be able to protect the way of life.
Well said, Clement. Nana, do you have?
Yes. I was just going to buttress his point that he mentioned that you're not supposed to wear makeup, you're not supposed to wear earrings, you're not supposed to wear and all. Now, the Ashanti Kingdom, when they are mourning, they are serious about it.
Okay.
So this particular Queen Mother died. I have a culture called Yebetria about 40 or maybe new. This is to also add preparation. The kind of so this particular person, they have this kind of mind. Not skirts. it's time on looking at things and wisdom. We wear earrings and then we're comparing earrings to other earrings. Share the reason it's time for mourning. It's time for mourning. That is how the Ashanti Kingdom is.
Yeah.
They don't mix play and how do you call it? They are popular culture, but then they do not let it supersede what be the order of the day when it comes to their culture and their funeral rites.
One cannot take away from the sense of fashion. How one day they'll be mourning in a decent way, but they'll give us a touch of some African
come
sense.
with style, come with elegance, but don't come in such a way that you turn the heads of all the men towards you, looking at you in a particular light. So these are do not mix.
Exactly. And they said we shouldn't bring you fashionable designs words.
Yeah,
it should be simple.
That's normal.
Okay. So let's move to our next story, and on President Mahama cut for the first project, under the big push, and it was the Dodowa Afienya Dowenya Road project. And, we all know this big push was one of the NDC's major campaign message. And we are happy that President Mahama has, fulfilled his promise. Now, the roads minister during that session called this a very bold intervention. And he also admitted that some contractors are owing the government because they took so much money from yet there's nothing to show forth when you go out there to look at the roads. And so I don't know if we have videos of that to show. Producer, do we have a video? Okay, so that was the ceremony. It was held on Tuesday where President Mahama, cut the sword. And he made mention of the fact that although this is the first sword cutting, it will, okay.
So let me apologize to Ghanaians. The Big Push projects have been allocated in such a way that no contractor will take 24 months to complete, because we haven't given any contractor too long a stretch that will take him too much time. We've broken it up into pieces so that every contractor can work quickly and then they join their portions together. So let me apologize to Ghanaians. From the launch of this big push here, the whole of Ghana is going to become a construction site. The whole of Ghana is going to become a construction site. So bear with the contractors. When you are driving, there will be some inconvenience because the road work will be going on. But know that we are suffering to gain. So let's bear the inconvenience. If the contractors put signs that we must follow, let's not get irritated. Let's follow the signs that the contractors have given. There are a few wheelbarrow contractors who have come to me. Oh, I hear they're distributing projects under the big push. I want one. I said, my friend, this is for wheelbarrow contractors. You are my friend, but I won't give you because it's not for wheelbarrow contractors. On this road, as I said, is Oswald Investments Limited. And I can say with my hand on my heart that he is one of our best local contractors. The good thing is he works with speed. He works very fast, but he doesn't compromise quality. And so I want to assure the people of Dodowa, Afienya, Dowenya that you have on your road one of the best Ghanaian contractors doing your road.
and that is President John Dramani Mahama at the launch of the Big Push initiative. But the Ministry of Finance has since then issued, a commitment authorizations for a few roads that will be constructed. So I don't know if we have so we have it displayed on the screen. So we have the Oti River at Dambai, we have rehabilitation of the Wahan Road, we have reconstruction of Navrungo Tumu Road, we have, when you come to the eastern part, we have the Sunyani Outer Ring Road, we have so many roads, about 32 roads that are going to be, beneficiaries of this initiative. Because of time, I cannot read all, but Clement, what do you make of this?
Mimi, it's a good thing. My concern is the source of funding. We are in this country. We've heard about a lot of initiative. We've heard about shortcuts of a lot of initiative. But the question is, where does it end us to? You were talking about some list of roles that the government want to tackle. So the question is, within this 4-year duration, will they be able to complete such roads that has been listed down? That is my first point. My second point is the president made us known that any contractor who would be given a contract has a maximum of 24 months. That is 2 years to complete that very contract. We are in this country and we've heard from previous administration where contract has been given to a particular contractor and the duration for completing is 2 years, 3 years, but at the end of the 2 years, we are still where we are. At the end of the 3 years, we are still where we are. So what we expect from the Ministry of Roads is they should give us the road map. At what point are we to expect, let's say, 50% completion, so that Ghanaians could mark the works of the various contractors? That's the point. We should be able to monitor and evaluate of the contractors. We shouldn't just, as the president has said, after 24 months, yes, we know. So after 1 year, where is the road going to end to? That kind of thing. And the next point is, I want to talk about the quality of roads. The president has assured us, and he has also made us known. I want to look at this video. Even during that very program, the road minister also said that he believes that Ghanaian contractors can do the best road in the country. So if Ghanaian contractors can do that, we also want to put to contractors out there that they should prove themselves very right, that indeed we have the best contractors in the country, so that people will not come at the end of the day and say that, yes, you give it to them and they were not able to perform. So we want to tell them they should be up and doing. The last thing I would also like to say, I said earlier, was about the source of funding. The source of funding is one major thing that I think the president and the government need to pay attention to, because this big push tackles big initiative, the big infrastructure. And now looking at the road, Dodowa Afia stretch, it's almost over 170 kilometers. So it needs a lot of money. Though the president said they've committed about $10 billion, and now 30 million also has been released, or has communicated to the Ministry of Finance to release such amount of money. Will that money be enough for that project? Or it is just what we call the seed money to carry on that very initiative? But without much I say, I think the president has done well. The Ministry of Road has done well for prioritizing the contractors of Ghanaians. Yes, they've really done well. And we expect it to go to all parts of the country. As the president said that all 261 districts in the country would benefit from the Big Push initiative. So I think it's a good thing. We will just follow keenly. Okay, so before Nana comes in, the minister, Honorable Kwame Govins Agbuza, also said something during the launch. Let's take a look at it.
Indeed, in the run-up to the 2024 election, Ghanaians made it quite clear that they do not like governments that do not address their issues. You made a bold commitment to address the issues that are of concern to Ghanaians. Your Excellency, including this morning, I heard somewhere where people are complaining about their roads. We had 2 sessions of road interventions prior to your accession to the throne as president. Mr. President, If you come to the Ministry of Roads and Highways, we owe probably 40 billion Ghana cedi in debt to contractors. But when we went around the country, the 16 regions, it was difficult to see what the money was spent on. Despite all that, Mr. President, you made a bold commitment to institute an intervention that, Mr. President, will go down in history as the president that gave the biggest dose of intervention at a single time on our roads. The big push is not a campaign promise. It's a bold intervention by your government. And Mr. President, let no one be deceived. We shall implement big push and the result will be there for.
And that is the Minister for Roads, Honorable Kwame Govins Agbuzi, over there, giving a firm assurance that this initiative is going to be one of the best initiatives of administration. Nana?
Yes, whenever the president said about your ministry, minister would hear what he was beginning up and telling him some of the things that so that he can really follow up with his promise. This I really love about politics, when people come and then they affirm what you've done and then why say sometimes you mention and you'll be like, hey, did I really do those things? So anyway, that's just by the way. Now let's take a look at the Big Push program from its inception.
Yeah.
And it was a campaign promise by the NDC. But he said it wasn't a campaign promise, but we just have to put it there that it was a campaign promise by the NDC. So now, this is what's in the manifesto of the NDC. I'll just paraphrase a little bit. Okay. It says that in furtherance of this policy, we will embark on a 10 billion United States dollars accelerated infrastructural plan to drive job creation, prioritize the completion of completed and uncompleted and abandoned government infrastructure projects across the country. So now, that is the big push. In general, an infrastructural project. Now, the total allocation for it was 10 billion United States dollars. And just on Tuesday, the Minister of Finance approved 1.3 billion Ghana cedis out of that, which is, let's say, about $1 billion, if you can approximate, looking at how the dollar rates are going. Maybe slightly above that, but that's how much has been allocated to it in furtherance of this policy as of now. So we can say that it is from the campaign promise that this has been done. That was what I wanted to establish first. Clement also made mention of the fact that the source of funding for the Big Push project. Now, a communication by the presidency actually said, the president stated that the primary sources of funding for this significant policy and initiative would be petroleum revenue, and minerals royalties. Okay. So this is what he's saying, the main source of funding. And also, we heard on campaign platforms that the government or this particular president has made an allowance for people who want to actually come and then invest into the Big Push project. He's made it open that besides these allocations, just like exactly. The private partnership arrangements, just like this Mahama Cares Foundation, just like that. You can see that the president is putting the development agenda back into the hands of the public. So these are some of the things that we can say about the Big Push. 1.3 billion, and then now some of the projects that they mentioned initially, talking about continuity of projects. Now. The roads minister mentioned that they owe about 40 billion in government projects to road contractors. But when you go around, you don't see anything like that. The Pokwase Amasama interchange, the president was there a few weeks ago to actually talk about that same project. And he made mention of the fact that funding for that particular project was fully allocated when you look at the books. But he has to now come and allocate extra funds to that project. So it looks as though if we are supposed to believe anything that's going by, is this going to be, my main concern is that, is this going to set another precedent? People know that they can make do taking contracts, not completing it, and then the government to come and pay again. So these are some of the things that are ringing through our heads. that people are taking monies and not completing the job.
Exactly.
Honorable Governor Abuja has come to say that people are taking monies and not completing the job. Exactly. And one of the subtle things that President Mahama did at this particular time has made mention or made open the fact that this is the contractor that is doing the road.
Okay.
Money has been given to him. Exactly. He's a local contractor. He's very good. And that's why he's very fast. He's bigged him up. The man was sitting down there nodding his head. 24 months, he doesn't do and so the responsibility now, and everybody in the country knows that this particular company is responsible for completing our roads. And then they are supposed to be fast. When you look at Dodowa Road, when you look at the from Tema, before you get to Tema Community 25, right from the overhead that they did, going all the way to Dawina, then that links to Pram, the road is bad.
Yeah.
And on weekends, when you're applying that route to maybe go to the Volta region, and that's the only route that you can go to the Volta region through, it's very appalling. You stay time and time again. I kid you not, try leaving on 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon that you are going towards Ada, you are going towards any of these places. And you see the kind of traffic that you're being.
I have personally used that road to Ada. And, when we talk about tourist attraction, Ada has, one of the I don't know, it has beautiful islands over there. And so just imagine that this road is fixed. The number of people that will want to go there, and then the revenue will generate for government. And so I think it is very important that they work on this. But Nana, don't you think, we were talking about continuity of projects, already started projects. Don't you think it would have been better if most of the monies were just pushed into the already existing projects, and then the other projects will just be tackled later, instead of it's like we want to do so many things at a time, like want to fix so many roads at a go.
Well, that's the opinion. Continuity of projects is one of the best. A government shouldn't start a project for another government to come and abandon it. That's one thing that we do not like to see. But now look at what has actually gone on. Honorable Governor Abuja mentioned that over 40 billion Ghana cedis is owed to contractors. Now, 40 billion Ghana cedis without proof of work being done. I'm sure if you should go back and then say incompletion of projects, you realize that a lot of these roads are not complete.
Yeah.
Now, let me give you this.
Please make it brief.
Yes, I'll make it brief. When for a road contract to be complete, it goes all the way to even the vegetation around it, and then the lights. So there are percentages of completion. So when you look at the roads, even now, some of the new roads that have completed, if you look per this analogy, most of them are 90%. Road markings and all that. When it comes to continuity, it is very difficult to say that because of road markings, you are not going to do or start another project. You are not going to do another project. So it's very difficult because of time. Elaborate.
Very much, Clement. What do you have to say, like briefly, on this?
Yes, so with the as they said, auditing on those very work for us to know what amount do we owe you. I remember the minister said, your contractor, when you go to the grounds, it's less than V1. So things like this, I believe is something they should look at. So continuity actually will be a problem. But as the president said, they will still do that as well too.
So earlier I mentioned that one major road, that road that has been a death threat for so many people, are really considered in this big push initiative. But we have from the finance minister, and he's saying government initiated comprehensive feasibility studies for 4 projects at various stages of preparation, ensuring detailed assessments of their technical, economic, and environmental viability. And the projects are the Accra-Kumasi Expressway on a completely new alignment. We have Accra Outer Ring Road, we have Kumasi Outer Ring Road, and Adaoso, Echi Amanfrom Bridge. These are the 4 projects that are undergoing some comprehensive feasibility studies. And so for all travelers on these routes, government has you in mind. Now let's take our attentions to Tamale. Something happened earlier this week, at the Tamale Technical University, where some students were protesting against, and we've been talking about accountability. Students were demanding their, and unfortunately, that sort of peaceful protest ended up, in the destruction of some properties. Students also got themselves injured. Do we have a video on that? If not, okay, so let's have a look at that.
By the University as well as the Student Representative Council. Our main this demonstration is an issue we have at hand with management, which has the activities that are pressing issues that student body in this particular university. Let's talk about lecture halls. Let's talk about comfortability. Let's look at the hostel. Let's look at the administration block itself. This is a university, not an institute. University, this is not a primary school. I say for over the years we have been paying school fees. If you take the school fees structure, there are levies for development, there are levies for sanitation, exams, there are levies for medical examinations. Those who are here, who have anybody conducted medical examination for. There are development levies that is supposed to develop this particular university. When you go to the lecture hall, the stench around the HNE block, you can't even stand. Go to the hostel, and in fact, during the holidays, we thought if you see the hostel, it seems like it's an abandoned structure that has been left there to it. Meanwhile, students to Ghana City to go and lay themselves there. They pay additional 100 Ghana City. Our understanding, as it stands now, our week celebration in our state, it might not, if management did not intervene, our request, our money, a money that we have paid as part of our school fees, that is the hostel, the school fees.
Technical University campus, as route control vehicle move in. Students hail stones at the police truck whilst officers stop back with batons, leaving some protesters injured. By the time calm returned, 3 students had sustained injuries, one of them nursing wounds to his head and hand, recounted the ordeal.
We are having our peaceful demonstration, which we want the management to cut our programs to them, and also how they can solve it. And when we got there, to our notice, police came in and giving warning shots. So many had to run. Well, there were ladies among us, and some too, because of the gunshots, they were afraid. So we decided to run for our lives. And on the process of running, I was also running with a lady. And then one of the gunshot we had shot over there caught the glass. So the glass was falling on us, so I have to put the lady in front of me and protect myself as well. And it fell on me.
The clash.
Quite a disturbing view out there, which happened earlier this week at the Tamale Technical University, and it's very sad. It is unfortunate that students turn into protest just because they want their voices to be heard. This brings me to the idea of accountability. All students' voices are being heard by management. We've all been to the and we know how these funds are being used. At a point, I felt our monies were kind of being mismanaged, because if you see the amount of money that are being pushed into paying artists to come and perform for students to just have fun, when we have so many issues on campus. I know when it comes to entertainment, it is also important, but we were struggling with hostels. We were struggling with lecture halls. You go to class and you can't even concentrate. You have to be running to get to class first, so you get a seat.
There are no
I
shuttles.
was even fortunate because I was in a condition where I didn't have to run. God prepared a way for me to get a seat. But you see, it is a very sad situation in our universities now. And with the emergence of the free SHS, students have now been overpopulated in our universities. What is management doing about it? What is government doing about it? Clement?
Mimi, I think what the students are demanding for is not any other thing than accountability.
Of course.
It's accountability.
It's the barest minimum to be in a school. When you look at what they are placards, Clement, not to cut you. It is fix our hostels. And open defecation on campus. A university. That was what was on the plan. Fix that too. No infrastructure. Finance must go. So if these are the things on their placards, then that goes to tell you that looking at all these things that are happening in the school, well, we look at the infrastructure that they talked about or they described.
Yeah.
Now, look at the administration that they have, and over the school that is having opened the. It looks like a state-of-the-art administration block. So they're working in there, have the best of everything and that they work with. We saw conditions, we saw glass windows and all that. We saw curtains and all that. Just look at the video once again.
Yeah.
And then you look at the conditions, the people that they are supposed to take care of. Classrooms don't have desks. It's the barest minimum. Barest minimum for a university. What they are crying for.
Yeah.
And another thing too, guys, they had a meeting with, that is the administration, and then the school fee fixing people.
Yeah.
And the plight of the people is that when you look at the cars that these people in administration or that are driving, maybe it's your. If you are ignoring our plight, and then you are comfortable, it makes me think that you don't want to address my concerns.
You don't care.
I don't care. That's the main issue.
From you.
I think Nana was really talking. My point is, these people are calling for accountability.
Yeah.
They want, let us know what our money is. And all these kind of things. These are from the SRC people.
SRC dues.
Yes.
So
SRC
at least
dues.
SRC they give SRC give accountability.
Talking about is what we call the internal fund of the university, and what they are calling for. Let me say what he said at Tamale Teaching Hospital. Abdul Ganiu
Fatau, yeah.
He said we call for an independent investigative committee to investigate, stressing that the Ministry of Education should commission a forensic audit of Tamale Hospital. That is internal generated fund, including hostel revenue fee utilization over the past 5 years to be conducted. And this is what they are saying. If this thing is done, they should suspend any increment in fees. And it's right. Let the students know what's being used for.
Yeah.
And if leadership or management don't take this seriously, it's going to transcend into the bigger picture of our government stuff. That if the Ghanaians population don't know what their money are being for, this is what we are going to see in the country. It is started from one institution. Realize the institution to pick it up because of the state of the university over there. So I or take the necessary steps to address this issue once and for all.
And another just to wrap up is not the unavailability of the funds, right? They are saying that it is the misappropriation and the misuse of the funds. Now, look at the education block once again that you have, and then you don't have lecture halls, desks for university students to sit on. And this technical university, and Time Immemorial, they have produced a lot of relevant people who have helped this country. So if you cannot address these issues, then it's been as though like whatever they are saying, you're paying heed to all that. And attention must be drawn to that school. A forensic must be done so that they can actually implicate those who are supposed to be responsible for all the things that they are misappropriating all the funds for. And justice must be served for the students, because this is unforeseen. I myself, I'll be able to school in an institution like that, where the education on campus, where hostels look at like abandoned.
Yeah,
it is bad. The barest minimum. Barest minimum.
I get your plight, but we'll have to quickly move into our main online story. And Education Ministry opens 2025 SHS placement fraud. Now, the Ministry of Education has announced the opening of the 2020 computerized school selection and placement system today, allowing parents and students to check the senior high schools their awards have been placed in. Deputy Dr. Clement Abbas Apak cautioned the public against paying anyone's placements, emphasizing that the process is free and merit-based. Citizens to report any fraudulent individuals to the police. That is what we have there. And so the placements have been opened. Now you can now check for your wards. And I'm about fraud in this. People situation to, manipulate people to take monies from them. And
That's true.
I can place your ward in senior high school, Wesley Girls. Nana, which school did you? Nana,
I'm another day. I went to Peseki, Medina, Harvard.
Okay, so and another best Clemens, which
Shama Senior High.
another best.
Well, I've been to a senior.
Let's
Yeah,
briefly.
what about you?
Oh, St. Francis Girls of Assisi.
Where is it at?
It's in the Upper West region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's briefly talk about the story. What do you call it?
You can quite find.
Messy.
Anyway.
So I think this is all about BC earlier, and we see is fiscal or pay. What we know is for two purposes: certification and placement purposes.
Yeah.
We are done with certification, and as the minister is saying, placement is also true. But what Ghanaians we face years is how the placement is being done. Over the years, a student, you choose the school you want, category A, category B, category C, category D, and out of a performance, they push you to wherever you deserve. But we have been seeing a lot of manipulation over the years with such kind of placement, where some people have been allowed to pay some huge sums of money before you get
agents.
Yes, you get a particular for your ward and all that. I think the structure put in place is to resolve this very situation. I think it's a good one. The deputy minister also said that if, unfortunate for you, you are a boy and you've been placed to a girls' school, you should visit the Nat Hall, in Accra, and it will work within 24 hours. It's possible. It's a system.
Oh, some of the boys go.
Nana, like, he looks like a female.
Oh no. Second was why I
Okay,
went
Nana,
there.
it's time. So you just wrap.
So November 2024 last year, same school computerized CSPPS, PSS. There were issues out of it, and then a resolution center was set up for it. It was headed by Nana Afrasika, who was also part of the Ministry of Education, and they said they had 90% of the situations or the problems faced by. They said 90% of the situations or problems that were faced by the computerized school placement systems. Now, this particular year, the same. You mentioned some of the problems.
Yeah.
Same problems that 90% were addressed. We are seeing them again. So it's something that we have to really look at. Center for it, and now the center is no longer functioning as supposed to. I think that they have to relook at it again under the administration
we would be following the story as well. Thank you so much, Nanaya Wasari and Clement Yabankwe.
Oh, just like the Bank of Ghana has slashed monetary policy rates to 21.5%.
So I think business segments will be bringing us all the highlights. Thank you so much for joining me for the online newspaper review. We have an interesting conversation coming your way on lifestyle. We apologize for your comments. We've seen so many comments coming in, but we couldn't read them because of the heat in our conversations. So,
and also we remember that the policy rate was likely to be slashed from Tuesday.
Yes. Nice prediction.
Let's take this break. When we come back, lifestyle segment is up with an artist. Abby vibe, Abby vibe. And welcome back to the Digest Morning Show. It's time for our lifestyle conversation, and Thursday, I mean, anytime I get to sit with someone in the entertainment industry, I get excited because it is another opportunity to bring out someone, opportunity to talk about the struggles some of these, face. And today on the show, we have a young about his journey, in the music industry, and also some struggles with Ghana's music industry. But mind you that we're streaming live Facebook and also YouTube as well, and so you can get interactive. Send us a text, via our WhatsApp number and also via our streaming platform, and we will get interactive with you as well. I have a message here from Koko. Says, I'm watching you live from Cove Town. You guys are doing good, pa. I'm East Chief Driver. Thank you so much, Mr. Kweku. You are watching us. Now let's get straight into our conversation. Hi, Ellie.
Hello.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Right.
Ellie.
Ellie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about music career. What really is this whole music thing?
Okay, so I was inspired by how music get to connect people together, and then the healing and how music keeps our culture alive.
Yeah.
So if I should explain more, I would say music is spiritual, and most people do comfort themselves with music when they are down and all that, and I do.
Always music for you starting, or
Yeah, sure.
it happened like you were in church and someone singing and you started developing the interest?
So I think at the age of 8 or 9, my mom will go to the market. She comes. So anytime I start singing, but I mean, I never knew what was actually happening. So I think back then, we came back to Ghana around 2005. So one of my friends wanted music, doing this rap thing, and like, yo, they do one more, so I should also. So I made a song.
But that song.
Yeah.
Okay, can you give us a line or two?
Okay. Get the money, I get the dough. I get the money, I get the dough. Yeah, I get the money, dough. Money, I get the dough. I be the panda, dancing like Manda, flying like a butterfly. Fancy we should be lawyer, Jah with the father of the fatherless. I get the money.
Something exciting about your music. I don't know. I kept smiling. Okay, and so after that, what happened?
So actually, when I got to JHS1, it was, I think, some inter-schools or something. So the people in and all that, so I said, okay, let me also go try. So the stage, and I said this particular song, and it was like, the whole school, all the blocks, like everyone and all that, was like, yo, was I really this? Okay, from there I started like keeping up, and then started trying to get stage, and here I am.
Class. Why?
Like it's some kind of like, kiddie vibe and all that. So,
but wait, when it comes to music, do we have something like kiddie? Because when you listen to some artists, their songs, you like, who really wrote the song for them? But so
for me, when it comes to music, I deal with spirits. I mostly motivation. Like what I preach is like emotion, think, advice and all. So this vibe, I felt like, this is just something like something to prove me I'm actually that guy.
Yeah.
You get it? So,
okay. Beyond music, let's look at your personal life. Beyond music, what do you do? Who are you?
beyond music, let me say I'm just a trapper guy.
What do you mean by trapper?
Just someone who loves to live life.
Okay.
That's it. But not that way. I mostly consider like a good life a lot.
Okay.
Yes. Because I come from a very ground. I'm aiming to get global and all that. So really like how to live the life. Yeah. Let me say I'm a prayerful boy.
Really?
Yeah, I love to pray. I think if not, I don't think I would be
where you are today.
Yeah. Yeah. And the kind of like the kind of things I get from prayer is very like huge. Sometimes I try to do it with my strength, but later I realize I would try and try it will not work, but I'll just be there and then the prayer.
Okay.
So which means prayer is very powerful. So I don't pray. I don't play with my prayers.
Very interesting. I thought you were going to also speak about fashion because you really.
Yeah, that's the ways I said.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so as other, I can't do without like fashion because you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to make the whole thing lovely, you get it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it has been since childhood. I never tried to like go and learn anything, or I just came up like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
And maybe I would say I was inspired by my father.
Okay.
He loves to dress a trapper man.
Interesting. Now let's look at the Ghana industry as a Ghanaian musician.
Yeah.
What are some of your biggest challenges when it comes to the industry?
I think people are not really supporting. You see,
when you say people, you mean your audience, management?
Like let me say, all of like
the people
around you. For me now, I don't even have a or anything. I do orders by myself.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me say the support. People don't really like outsiders come in and then start before they try to like come to the scene, and it's very bad because if you see some, I don't know actually, but I think for me something like something we can do without. So if you see someone with a music talent or something, it should be like it should be joyful to like help that person get up there. And with the exception of that, I think the structures, how to like, I think good and all.
So if I get you right, trying to say that Ghanaian musicians, some of you are not being given the recognition. Really, do you think you are putting in the work that is not really getting you the recognition?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because I say try. Sometimes you feel like giving up, and when you don't have people to hold you down, probably you you break.
Yeah. Some happen, artists want to work under management because they and you also think about that.
No. I don't think that because this whole music thing is very broad.
Yeah.
It's not something. And you even need people around you, people who know music business and all that. That will cool.
Yeah.
That's the fact. So you really need a team to hold you down in place. Even let's just take the marketing aspect of this whole. It's not that you can wake up and to do it and all that.
Yeah, but we are in this country and we've seen artists from their managements because of cuts, because of my cut is supposed to be 70%, yours is, but the artist is demanding 70 and then management is taking 30, but it's the other way around. What do you also think of that?
All these ones are missing because before you even sign to read
The contract.
to what you are getting to. This is where the whole thing comes up. If you don't really know what you are getting into, you realize how things you think more able to this whole so or you or some you should go send the people who's match whole thing and then try to analyze the whole thing. Yeah.
Interesting. If you just joined us, this lifestyle segment, and we have Ellie here with us. Ellie is a musician. We are having a discussion on some of the struggles, they go through as in the Ghana music industry, and Ellie is sharing his thoughts. Ellie, enough of the talking. Yeah. We move to other, questions. Let's hear from us. So let's go to your favorite.
Say a whole lot of unreleased.
Oh,
and the recent one, Something About You, is one of my favorite. This song is doing a whole lot.
So after that, you tell us why this is doing a whole lot.
Yeah. Something about this girl make me lose my way. I know if you concentrate. Wa mama kumati, what you make me? Then me casting over G. I dey lose my sanity. Don't dig in my DM. Hey, wanna come follow me, go away. Must give me picking, make me jealous. Send me make.
Why do artists usually now so special about the name Nakwali?
I think we need to find out.
We need to find out.
Yeah, because when I was writing the song, I think that particular came from younger brother. He was like, "Yo, bro," and yeah, I felt like something like, like, okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so we have a message. This is from where he says, Ellie made me or something. Yeah, he says, big ups. Ellie is and he's adding some to that comment here. Ellie, hey, you people are really watching.
Yeah, sure. Big love to Big Cool. You know.
So what really went into the production of the song you just sang?
One day, we decided to go to, I think, a resort to create something with my boy. So we started a whole lot of music, and then this particular beat dropped. But that night, I think I had a show to go play. So and I couldn't record it. I couldn't record my verse.
Yeah.
And before that, when they were playing the beat, the vibe came from like first verse like that. So I even recorded it with my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just came like that. So I recorded it and I kept it. So we went to play the show when we came back. So when we came back, we had to move home and all that. So the next day I called my producer. I was like, yo, I would like you to sample that beat. Then we work on it. That was when my little brother heard the sound. Yeah.
Interesting.
So what's like we just
All right. So we have the video of something about you.
I've been putting my G's on, but you make me change, oh. You make me crazy, oh. But I know if it do some fight, no. I be wishing to call you my boo. But till you do me, I don't know. But till you feed me, I want more. You make me no, make me jealous, and me send me, make oh, you make me no, make me jealous, and me send me, make
We are not playing the full video.
Make a fit to come carry your digits. Pay me a visit now. Something about this game make I dey lose my way. I know if you concentrate. Why mama come at why you make me be? Then me casting over G. I dey lose my sanity. Don't be girls in my DM. Hey, wanna call follow me, go out. You must give me picking. You make me no, make me jealous and me send me, make I. Oh, you no, make me jealous and me send me, make I. Oh, you make me got it, make I. Must give me picking. You make me no, make me jealous and me send me, make I. Oh, you make me no, make me jealous and me send me, make I. Oh, you make me got it, make
And that's the over there thing about videos. They are very attractive, and it looks like investment into that. Yeah, have this management. How do you fund these videos?
inshallah. Let's give them
Realistic.
yeah.
From
Let's give all glory to God. It's easy. But Akashina,
tell us about some of the experiences you've had to do because of music.
Charlie, I had to give my rent money to run some rounds for the song, this particular song.
Wow, your rent.
Yeah. It's a whole lot.
So where were you living after using your?
Yeah, I'm still as we are talking, I'm still contemplating how to get, and then because I think this particular I'm still how to fix that. And
don't worry, God will come.
Yeah, it's all on God. I believe.
Yeah. So how do you balance relationships with friends, families, and all music? I mean, the demands of music.
Apart from being human, so sometimes you have to be human. Yes, you have to friends,
yeah,
family, and all that. So Normally, I move around with friends, we chill some, get to talk to the family and all that, the little I have and all that.
So are you open for collaborations or have done a few collaborations?
No. I don't think I have any collaboration.
But you're open to collaborations. Who would you like to collaborate? From Ghana.
From Ghana? Oh, goes to Kwesiata. He did a lot with music, like inspirations and therapy and
Yeah.
and then let's take a look at Black Sheriff. It's also
Yeah.
and I love these people because they speak
Yeah.
into the music,
Yeah.
and that's what I
Yeah.
so those two people, thank you. And I think Kelvin will take some
Oh, okay.
roses. Yeah,
Okay.
he has also done a lot.
Okay. So before we wrap up, in your opinion, what do you think we can do full of this country towards the music industry or the industry people to solve the industry?
Yeah, I think just distribute to marketing. I think it's made hard for artists to get financially stable because their structures like not well, like
Yeah.
from royalties and then distribution and all that. Yeah, it makes it hard because when you are doing this, you're not earning much money,
Yeah.
putting in money. I mean, you can imagine. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the structure the industry role, like the different platforms and the royalties and all that.
Okay. Ellie, are you on media?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so can you put out your handles so that people get with you?
On TikTok, Ellie_official.
Okay.
On IG, Instagram, I think Ellie_M.
Okay.
Yeah. Same on Facebook. Yeah.
Do you have a personal contact that someone can reach you if they want to
Sure.
see or support you? You can also put that out.
Okay, so the contact is 0550 93 0064. 050 93 0064.
Okay.
Yeah. To big love to my family. Like I actually have a group of people who are really supporting them. Yeah. Abeku as one of them. Lil Sugar, Don, like A-Ben, like so many people supporting this move. Like they actually take me through this video shoot and all to dance captain. It's really like a good one. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ellie. Ellie is a musician and guest for today on the lifestyle segment as we spoke about life through music, realities of the Ghana music industry, and I hope you have learned something. Please follow Ellie on all social media platforms and let's support him. He's very own. He's doing so well. You can also stream his songs are they on
all streaming platforms?
Okay, so stream his songs and then let's support him. That's all we have for you, a lifestyle segment. Let's do some sports. Okay, birthdays, right? Okay, let's do some birthdays.
I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday.
Welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. Before I do the birthdays, Benedict and Kitia Kwatin has here in the studio, and today we'll be doing the birthdays together. Benedict, hi.
Hello, hi, I'm fine. How are
you
you
a
doing?
Chelsea fan?
Oh no,
You find slashing you.
God forbid. I can see, yes, my boss is just throwing me fingers over there. I mean, yesterday we saw a bit of it.
Today there are one picture we make. We didn't ask your team to do this. But anyways, let's take our birthday celebrants. Gloria's birthday with favor and grace. Enjoy your birthday. This is a special birthday message from me to you. Happy birthday to you. Benedict.
All right, so this is from Warrior King and the Champ to Doris Obo. When we count our blessings and say a prayer, you are at the very top. Thank you for being such a wonderful woman, boss.
And she, that's his wife. Wow, such a beautiful woman. This is from your wife and the Champ. And yes, a happy birthday to you. We love you, Mrs. Obo. Let's move to our next birthday celebrant.
All right, my Poma, from Benny, that's your big brother. To my beautiful baby, you will always be my sunshine, no matter how grown you get. I'm so proud of the pet and to cheer you on, protect you, love you endlessly. Love you always. So this is from your big brother.
And we also have this to glad birthday, wishing you joy, love, honor, favor. This is from James to you. James, the one who's supposed to. Okay, Benedict.
Okay, so this is to Ember Power. On your special day, we celebrate your talent and dedication, may your happiness, such divine favor that gets.
Okay, and especially happy they're going. My very own friend Hilda. Hilda, I love you so much. God richly bless you. A happy birthday to you. Now, let's do some sports. James has been feeling a bit uncomfortable today. I don't know why, but I think I should know why.
You should know. It's quite obvious. First of all, his food is not the same. It's not what we used to know.
Yeah.
He came in this meeting, and then the way you can tell that our man is not happy. He's not a happy man, but all the same, I think you take consolation in the just. I mean, Kopama was able to give him a go. I mean, yes, the man himself. Anyway, but
what do you have?
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning to you, viewers. Once again, my name is Benedict Nketia Kwatin, the legend, of course. I'm bringing you the sports update segment on your favorite morning show, the Koko Digest morning show, and here we bring by the board of all the from here. We'll just dive into the stories for you. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show, the update segment. Mimi, this morning a very interesting story. Sika Bafi. So for that, the Ghanaian teams, the compensation of 355 million. competition qualifiers. So this is an initiative that has been by FIFA. It used to be, it was that releasing the qualifiers. So initially it was just the player joining in competing the competition. If a player is in both the and still plays, the club that the player is coming from, you're going to earn part of this $355 million.
Wow.
Yes, this is Hearts of Folk, all these Ghanaian teams that are producing players for the national teams who are going to compete in the World Cup qualifiers. Not just the itself. If you are able to proceed to the competition itself, to fine. But then for now, for the qualifiers, you're going to earn part of. It's going to receive part of this money. So I think it's a good initiative that being brought to encourage teams to bring in more players, second teams. We have the likes of Benjamin Asari. I'm sure you know, goalkeeper. He plays for Hearts of Folk. He's called. I think the games he was in our recent games, so that he did very well.
He did very well.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
I saw that a lot of people were
applauding him for. So this for his in the qualifiers is going to team that is going to earn part of this $355 million. So I think this is a goodwill for. And then we have a very that is last month August. So named the player of the month, the Beaumont team. We know Antoine Semenyo did very well last month. His goals, and that was against Liverpool when they played their opening match against, scored 2 goals, and then also provided an assist their recent game that they played as of last month. He's also had a goal contribution this month when they played one of their matches. So we can attest to the fact that our Guinean players out there are doing very well. They are dedicated. Their club teams is very applauding. So we give it up for them. We have the likes of Bruce, we have the likes of Antoine Semenyo, we have Sibo playing in Spain. We have a lot of Ghanaian players out there. And then for now, let's applaud Ghanaian striker Antoine Semenyo for his efforts and being named as the Beaumont Player of the Month. This is a good step in the way, because you can tell that it's going to encourage the young man to do his best and then put in more efforts called upon for the national. Let's move straight to the UEFA Champions League highlights for what happened yesterday. As we know, Chelsea played against Bayern Munich. Unfortunately, we got to. Yeah, we realized that they separated the men from the boys. Chelsea they won the FIFA Club World Cup. Kudos to them. The whole world, they are the owners of the FIFA Club World Cup. So give it up to them. But then yesterday, Bayern Munich, showed them a little something. Because you can't come to the Allianz Arena and think you are going to win. It's not done, especially in their opening games. They've played 21 opening matches and they've not won any of them. So Chelsea is not going to change that for them. So we have Olympiacos playing against the Pafos, and it was a 0-0. Praha limits. They drew to 2-2. Nick winning 3-1 against Chelsea. Liverpool yesterday played against Atletico Madrid. It was a 3 of 5 scoring. Madrid PS of the previous that is going on. I just want to tell that is the Spanish teams the Spanish significantly to the English teams this day. So Arsenal winning against Atletico, and we saw Tottenham against Villarreal. Also Tottenham winning 1-0. That was on Tuesday. Atletico Madrid playing against Liverpool, and they also lost. So you can tell that the English team are dominating the Spanish team. But then today we have some fixtures that is coming up. 7 p.m. We have Club Brugge playing against Monaco, Copenhagen versus Leverkusen. That is 5:45, and then at 7. Let me. Versus Monaco, Copenhagen versus Leverkusen's match is 5:45, and then we have Frankfurt playing Man City, Napoli, Newcastle, Barcelona, Sporting, and that is at 7 p.m. I want my viewers to time is 7 p.m. This is the CST time, so if you are not careful, you think it's 8 p.m., but then it's 7 p.m. Tonight you're going to see dominating from the likes of Barcelona. I want to urge each and everybody out there to stay tuned and watch this game, because the English teams are dominating the Spanish teams. So Barcelona needs to make a statement today. Barcelona being my team, I've already spoken to my boys out there before in England. I've already spoken to them. Unfortunately, Lamine Yamal is not playing due to an injury. He has an injury. I don't want to talk about it because it's quite controversial. A young man suffering such an injury is quite sad. But yeah, it is what it is. Those who know. Those who know, they know. If you know, you know. But yes, of course. I mean, Lamine Yamal is not the only player in Barcelona. We are Lewandowski. Lewandowski is there. Fermin Lopez. We have Pedri, the master midfielder, is there for Barcelona. So today we are going to see a dominating football. Hopefully, Barcelona can overturn the fate of the team, the English team, the English clubs, because it's sad. Clubs. So that is it for the sports update segment. But before I go, let me wish Nanaya Asari a happy birthday in advance. His birthday. Wish him a happy birthday in advance. Shout out to my sister Stella Japoma. Today is her birthday. My sister is 21 years. I checked the calendar. I saw her age and I was like, goodness, glory. She's very happy birthday to you. Let me give my big cousin. He owns a travel and tour. I traveled out the Willie Witch Travel and Tour. They have a promo coming up this month. A trip. So to me, connect you to take care of you. So that's Benedict. He's the entire family. But anyways, thank you so much, Benedict, for bringing us the sports update for today. I mean, it is a important to say, is Ghana really, winning this fight? That is will be the main segment. So right after the business update, you have to ask. Conversation will come next.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Business Day segment on the Koko Digest Morning Show. My name is Peter, and now let's get started with our stories. The government of Ghana has entered into a memorandum of intent with EN Vitol and Ghana National Petroleum Corporation (GNPC) for a major integrated strategic investment plan valued $1.5 billion United. The investment seeks to boost the country's oil and gas production capacity. The agreement was signed during the 2024 Africa Oil Week in Accra.
The initiative is increasing gas output and optimizing oil production to strengthen Ghana's energy sector. It also reflects the government's efforts to build a favorable business environment that attracts investment while safeguarding national interests. The deal is further seen as a demonstration of confidence in Ghana's petroleum sector and broader economy, with expected benefits including job creation and improved energy infrastructure.
Away from that story, Ghana's public debt stock increased by 15.8 billion Ghana cedis in July 2025, reaching 628.8 billion Ghana cedis, about $59.9 billion, according to the Bank of Ghana's September 2025 summary of economic and financial data. The rise, equal to 44.9% of GDP, followed 3 months of declines that had been supported by the earlier appreciation of cedi.
With 613 billion Ghana cedis in June and 769.4 billion Ghana cedis in March, and showing how exchange rates movements continue to influence the debt profile. External debt in July remained largely unchanged at $29.0 billion, or 21.8% of GDP. Domestic debt 3.7 billion Ghana cedis from 312 billion. Ghana recorded a deficit to GDP ratio of 1.4% for July, alongside a primary surplus of 0.7%. Overall, the data points to being reliance on domestic borrowing, as earlier currency gains provided temporary relief on the debt trajectory.
And on to our story, Ghana's year inflation 5. This indicates that on average, X5 rose by 0 and August but 26 the consecutive of the to price July 2025.
According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the decline was mainly influenced by the manufacturing subsector, which makes 5% of the peak. Inflation in this sector eased from 3.2% to 1.6%, playing a key role in the overall. The index at 47 saw inflation edge up from 4.6% July to 4.9% in August. At the same time, accommodation and food services extended their negative inflation trend, dropping from negative 2.7% to negative 3.1%.
We have for your business update. My name is Peter Ensia. Up next is Yabang.
Morning Show. I am Clement Yaban Kwe. As you could have this water in my hand, how clean this water is, it's very important to the health of every individual. When you go out there, you can't see the cleanness of this water anymore. It's turned brown. Other places, it's so dangerous for human consumption. Ghana Water Company Limited with in terms of use 400 in terms of the reason all this, the cost of treatment of water is getting expensive as a result of particular thing that Ghana has been battling with 1988, and it seems people are asking that, are we really winning this fight? And what we talked about this morning, the fight is the fight against organic. This has been everybody talking about this country. This morning we are going to go into a on this. The way for what should the government do, what should the institution do, and as a citizen in that very community. And this Galamsey fight that we've been battling with 3. So I think the fight against Galamsey has been the for since '80.
were promulgated.
Okay.
And therefore, that started sanitizing it. And then Act 703 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2007 also now enhanced it. So they brought the two laws together. That is the PNDC Law 183 and the PNDC Law 188. And then it became the Act. So you have the large-scale portion of it and you have the small-scale portion of it.
Okay.
Trying to make sure there is sanity in small-scale mining so that our people can continue to benefit. But we all know that the rudimentary equipment until somewhere in the 2000s when excavators and all those things started coming into the system. Or especially those who do the dredging on the riverbeds And though nobody is allowed to mine in any river.
Okay.
As a country, we only had what we call, under the State Gold Mining Corporation in those days, the Dunkwa dredge, which just belonged to the state. Okay. And so they were dredging the Offing River in Dunkwa. So we had the Dunkwa Goldfields Limited, which was a state-owned mine, and they were only dredging the Offing for the alluvial golds.
Okay.
And that was where we only had dredging. And then when they diversified, I think Continental Gold, and they came in, and then later on they just went defunct. And so all those things were outlawed now. So you cannot even do dredging in any river in this country. Therefore, in terms of getting gold, some you can dredge for sand and the like, but not gold.
Okay.
You know. So where we are, and the is what has brought us all this trouble.
Sure.
Because they can just go to a place and within one day clear every place.
Clear every place.
When you are using shovels and pickups, but we thought we were mechanizing, and so that has become one of our problems now. Okay. And the major issue is with the alluvial mining, where they do the dig and wash. They just dig, take the sand, they wash it, and it runs into the river. Yeah. They don't care, and that is why you have all these water bodies becoming brown or chocolate or whatever, which color you want to call it.
Thank you so much, Say. As Director for Mining at the Environmental Protection Authority, someone would say that in terms of environment, the safety of environment is dependent on Environmental Protection Authority. So we'd like to find out that so far so good. And I'm looking at the state of the activities or how you say from the Environmental Protection Authority point of view, that is the main cause of this illegal activities that we see, especially galamsey that we see in the country.
As an authority, yes, you said it's a responsibility of the environmental protection. Now, we normally say that environmental protection is a shared responsibility.
Okay.
It is not entire role of EPA alone. As a citizen, everybody has got the role to play in terms of protecting the environment. And so we say it's co-managed, it's co-shared, it's shared responsibility. And so it is not only yes, we lead the forefront, but every Ghanaian has a role to play.
Okay.
And so if you see anything untoward which impinges on the environment, you have a cause to speak about it.
Okay.
And I always use this illustration. People see people come and dig. If I just get up and take a cutlass, go to the area and start weeding to make a farm, I'll be questioned.
Exactly.
Why is it that people go to do good and nobody questions them?
Please come again with that point.
If I go to do a farm with my cutlass, every land in this country is owned by somebody.
Exactly.
It's either by a household, either by a stool, or some individual. So if I go and say I'm going to make a farm, let's say get out of Accra on the way to Konongo or Sino. I just start clearing land to make a farm. I'll be questioned.
Sure.
Why is it that when the excavator comes, nobody questions them?
That's a big question.
And this is even a big instrument as compared to a cutlass.
Sure.
So it means as a country, we can curtail it if we really want to.
We can curtail it if we really want to.
Yes. Because if I, as an individual, I want to go and make a farm, which I'm going to even plant and it will not even destroy the environment. It has some impact on the environment. The farming on its own has also impact on the environment. The use of chemicals and all those things. But are we curtailed? And then this machine, big monster, comes to stand there, digging, and nobody says anything. And then you want the EPA to come and do what? You should report, and then we'll help you together with the security agencies, and then we nipped in the bud.
Okay. Okay, so I think that that's very interesting. So the citizen has a responsibility to report anything they see out there. So is there any collaboration between the EPA and the local communities?
Yes, I mean, that is, we collaborate with communities. They are one of our stakeholders, the communities.
Okay.
And so, for instance, if you look at the legalized ones, if you don't do collaboration, if you don't do stakeholder engagement, you cannot get your permit to mine, because the social license is also as good as any other license that you want to have. So for environmental impact assessment, there is what we call stakeholder engagement. You engage the stakeholders, which are the communities. Whichever community is, you engage them, you discuss, you let them understand what is coming on, the impact that it's bringing, but how would they mitigate those impacts? You bring it and allay their fears. So we collaborate with this. And so, even with small-scale mining, in the Act, in one of the regulations, which is compensation and resettlement, you cannot just get on the land when you have not spoken to the individuals who own the land. And we normally put in the permit for that. Look, within 14 days, gauge the people who own the land, because there's some compensation you must pay or something. Some people have their crops, maybe they want to harvest the crops or something like that before, you know. And so we engage the communities a lot.
Okay, would you say that to win this fight against illegal mining, the various community authorities, citizens in the community need to be up and doing?
Definitely. I can't remember the name of this community of health, but there is a community that the chief has outlawed mining. And I think the last time when I was here, I mentioned it. And he's sick. People have gone there. They say, we are going to get you an SUV. We are going to fly you to South Africa. I want my land to be preserved.
Wow.
So the actors, which are our traditional authorities, have authority as well to curtail whatever happens within their jurisdictions. And just like Otunfo is doing, you know. So if all the chiefs would rise up, then we can fight this fight. Because I normally, you know, we have what we call the day where the work happens in any community, either farming or any other work. They call it a dim. When you go to most of these mining communities, the day of a dim, no guy goes to the pit.
Sure.
Is it the law?
No.
It's not written in a law book. But they obey to the letter. Because the chief will sanction you.
Okay.
So it's the same way they can do against the fight, against illegal.
That is, it's would you say governments, looking at the initiative put in place from previous government to the current government, are we on the right path?
Yeah, the major critical statement I will make is that the political will should to
the political will.
Yes. I'll give you some. I'll just run you through something. Report for the economy of the state during the late president, and give them an outline solution. When President John Mahama, we still, every kind of any president that came, we submitted this document.
Is there? It has not been attended to.
I mean, we normally send minister.
Okay.
These are the way to go. What traditional authorities, the role of the security service, all is. And we've President Nana Akufo-Addo came. She was formed to make a blueprint with blueprint. Is there a committee mining? We have produced a report. We are here to submit it. And everything has lied. The new reforms regarding how we should do to handle illegal mining is all in that report. Our professor, he's the current chair of the Minerals board chairman of the Minerals Commission, Professor Obeng Ababio.
Okay.
And it is outlined there. One of the critical things I realize that, yes, they say, okay, the concessions are the local authorities don't even need. So we are trying to the organization, these concessions will be done so that the local can be done. Somebody comes with a white paper from Accra, been given a lease to mine here. How to fire all those things? But now it's going to the bottom-up approach to be able to get these guys understand that it is not, but it's coming from. And so all these that
it's so interesting. Not to this government, previous, and that's the way. So would you say, as you mentioned that political to fight this very issue that we have as a country, that's very angry, as a key thing. Recently, Ghana Water one over 200 incremental utilities. The current issue they are facing in central, the closure of Konyako water treatment has resulted in about 9 water scarcity. So recently, even decided to resort in the borehole waters for them. What is the collaboration between EPA, Water Commission, Minerals Commission, and Forestry on tackling illegal mining?
Water Resources Commission has got the broader mandate to manage our water resources. Regarding of effluent, we don't do drinking water. Water is Ghana Water Company, the Ghana Standards Authority. But ours is effluent from manufacturing, mining, kind of. Before you must meet those levels. And so that is how we operate. If you have a positive balance, your is more than what you require. You have to put up a treatment plans, and just a treatment verse.
Okay.
Now we're talking about water company, and that is how I'm going to come.
Exactly.
And we make companies treat the water, which is the best form of treatment water, and they do an add water. But they must to meet before they can discharge.
Yeah.
Then I don't know with my history, I know the investors.
Yeah.
Metals, where go? That's the cadmium, the selenium, those ones. Maybe those who do water do some form of arrow, but I from what I know about water this in this country, there is no arrow resources.
Okay.
Because so even with this they are doing, they are more money because one, they are to add down sediments would have to triple, if not quadruple, or even 10. And then even with that, it will not bring sediments.
Okay.
So you find out that even when you take the Ghana water and you put it in after a while, you find fine sediments in the water.
Yes.
So we are a device as a nation. When we put to do this and the water will lose, we have to put money, and we are doing ourselves a disservice. So need to
Okay. Okay.
water, we say, is life.
Sure.
How many of us can buy bottled water?
That's the question.
But even the bottle, it from to do that percolates, and we have the groundwater. Now have to do boreholes and things. There's way of as the water goes through the bare. It is not safe. Killing places now, streets or whatever. So God, in His wisdom, has created the world with checks and. So you don't see wetlands. They have no wisdom. They have Takumono Ramsar side. They have a pep. We have this that not place to the place, and that is small rain. We have floods. This is there.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Say. Let's get into takes a simple EP text sustain down because you are facing water crisis. It takes
minds who have minds in mind, environmental, and so far it's an activity. Okay. And it's not only license, a mining license given to you. You must have the mining and environmental permit, the water use permit. Must have all license to be. That's one. And then you don't even have lines. Just go on anybody's line. They go on in giving out us, and they go. Now some people go under. If you go to town, I hope you heard a cycle incident where a woman in a shop and there was a hole. We call it subsidence. You know, in Takwa, for instance, it has been a banquet area, ABA, then came then go for, but under any longer. Ground. That is how mining underground is. So you have five, every level is 100. It's like a story building in terms of want to look at a skyscraper, let's put it that way. And as at the last time before they were at level 33. So multiply 33 by see in mining, because it's who the ground, I mean the earth is, you go down, so they live like some of those people in there, but you have to live of now legal go in that way by the legalized pillars. Your place This was a case of what, and the woman opened and oh.
Who is a now director. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Koko Digest Morning Show.
Good morning to you as well, and good morning to Engineer Sando as well.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. So, sir, we are discussing the fight against Galamsey, and the question I would like to start with you is Ghana winning the fight?
My earlier greetings, but I was extending my greetings to Engineer Sando and also to your team.
Okay.
And on the question you are asking, I think that for as long as we see our water bodies still polluted with miners sitting on them, and also incursions and encroachments in our forest reserves still happening, we still have a long way to go. There is no way we are winning the fight. And every day we see young people still preferring to go to the mines than to find more sustainable alternative livelihoods. So to that extent, I think that we are not winning the fight, and it looks from our assessments on the ground that it's even getting worse. Comparing it to what used to be last year and what this new government promised to do, I think that we could do better than we are now.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Last Tuesday, you had a press conference, and there is a video from that press conference that is coalition against Galamsey. We'd like to take that video, then from there you just speak to it.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
How much is it that we're looking at? You mentioned $1 billion. I don't have the stats on Galamsey. I have the stats on alternate mining options, which in excess of over $6 billion, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't for the children, for your future. It doesn't swap for water. What water are we drinking? What we have, we've destroyed the entire economy. People are okay with the 2,000, 3,000 cities, and they don't think about how they actually go and back for 15 years. The destruction this is happening is scared of irreversibility. Not easy to repair. Mark even to give up food. Fortunately, government living time, and we don't know where we are. We are selfish people. How many of us think about it? Only have you. I'm very disappointed. Obviously, you guys know my energy. And the government is a machine. But today, to
the that is so if the let's know what are doing on the side of legal, what do you suggest to government as a direction be able to we are talking about?
Yes, one of those time urgent, and we are not able them to parts of coalitions that I think that implementing these hardline actions and strategies should have been yesterday. And the government to say that it is not yet time, they then need to tell all citizens that, look, if we start seeing these signs, if we start seeing these issues, then it means that I will have no choice but to invoke the state of emergency. So I believe, yes, even though it would be good that the coalition can provide some roadmap, it is the government who has the bigger responsibility for us. We are only monitoring and making sure that he lives up to the words that and also the commitment that he's given us. So we believe that if implementing a state of emergency is that crucial, it should be yesterday. And we were faced with, like, when they join us on the streets, on every platform, to demand a state of emergency from the previous administration, the crisis is still with us, if not worse. So we need to see a state of emergency now, but the government is saying we are not there yet. We need to get from them what really we as society, and I'm sure other state agencies will be prompting the government and say, look, let's move on this tangent. Let's use this opportunity to deal with it. So it's a matter of the agency. And our problem so far with the government is that they do not appreciate the agency we on the ground feel. And that is where the problem is. So in terms of timeline, if we think that it shall be yesterday, I think it's tell us to
you
report is to organize their positions and connections and power to actually undertake a lot of illegal with the of and if take over as first period. So we are good possibility for the power pass slide any account. This is was in being the discussion. We've not questions government and then we got here themselves for true for engagement. I've not seen any so I think government demonstration going to community leaders again say has not demonstrated this is a big somebody in the pit road for what they would today when the big men to go school. So report as stuff and the recommendation deterrent for anybody who knows I'm saying that and connected to import will take seriously.
Thank you. back to a committee set by and you comes and forward.
My minister know much and mention who's spending just in the port. They have to do mine. A form of, I told you. To the tax and arrest below and more just 5 military people and more people came. Were put legal. It's if we want to stay all those okay.
Get lawyer on the line, lawyer who is a senior of ICAM Law Consult, Airports Residential Area. Good morning, lawyer, and welcome to Koko Show. Hello, lawyer. Hello, lawyer. Hello. I don't get, but let me cross over to the boat. Please.
Yes, I'm here. I'm still here.
So, first thing here, report you mentioned the fact that this time of even falling for it. Yes, free the that's going. You think that yes, this is the right to call for the
Thank you. Agency. On the every about water that even as water have started.
Okay, so I think we are still getting back, say, on the line. So and within the point of view.
Everyone's and the put the because it becoming you audit the food from now this and do my it's not different from what researchers say. The fish high. We are by I'm in shop. You are selling the meter they use make release. Yeah, that is, and you. Okay. We had levels of mercury in their blood, in their nails, and in their hair.
So, Madam back
so have
illegal. And the question now that we have good enough to curtail this Galamsey fight that we are all calling involved
had been do with it. Just as we steps the vision by the and the
small scale miners that agency is not goal. Is Galamsey as saying that state of emergency is goal. Job conference saying that state of emergency is goal. As a lot of input, if the press will state of emergency, necessary process that he's supposed to go through.
I think having a feedback. State of emergency council to one street, and the president in consultation with the council of state, and that proclamation is while is in weight to approve it or not. Its operation is and when Parliament approves of it, it will in % of time that would require it to be for. We are the content it should come forth and should be in the flashy areas where these illegal activities are ongoing. And when that is done, we can now have a proper audit of these areas and the legislations that we are looking at putting in. But one thing I'm also worried about is when it comes to the coercive force, because in declaring a state of emergency, we need the coercive force of the state to enforce that.
To add all those test spots, like application, something like this.
16,000.
Okay.
And that's according to the World Bank report. And if that is anything to go by, that's why the police force population is about 30,000. So that tells us that if we take a state of emergency, our military troops deployed across the country, because we see this as an existential threat, just like any other person attacking the sovereignty of this state. And given the population size that we have, coupled with the lack of resources or the tools, the military tooling that the military needs to sort this particular endeavor or conquer out would be a big challenge. The question is, what is the political will to nail this in the bud? Other than that, it will be a policy fair, policy assessment, and some legal things, yes, legal things would come in. We repeal this LI, we come in with another LI that would ban them from going into forest reserves, mining by river bodies, and all of those things. What would be the coercive power to enforce this? Are we still going to run after them, then they go, then when we withdraw, they come back? Would that kind of relationship continue? Another food thought. If we want to nip it in the powers of the state is everything. And if we have the inadequacy of that, this fight would never be won.
Okay. If you have inadequacy of that, this fight will never be won. Thank you so much, lawyer. Engineer, I want to come back to you to the studio. I think when lawyer was mentioning the LI 2462 revocation, I saw you nodding your head. I realized you have something to say about it. Do you think that is the way to go? Revoking the LI 2462 is the way to go?
Is it? I don't know, but like I've said it countlessly in several platforms, radio and all. It's just that I'll say we as an authority having people education on this law, but this law that allow people to go into the forest reserves or to manage those who are legally mining in forest reserves, the large scale, not small scale, because in our law, small scale mining is not allowed in any forest reserves, but large scale firms are given us to do that. And I always say it came from there was a genesis as a country. And so in 2001, the last time the history of it, so I just want to break that. In 2001, as a country, we're faced with whether to mine in the forest reserve or not. When close to 30 companies had done exploration in forest reserves, and I don't know, our colonial masters put all our reserves on minerals. And so one of them had spent close to $80 million as at 1997.
Okay.
So as a country, and put a moratorium on it, the Ellis Rawlings. In 1996 and 97, there was a need to reopen it. And then after the 30, 17 companies were allowed to continue the exploration. And the 17 companies, 5 had found gold in commercial quantities, had prepared their feasibility study reports. And so the Minerals Commission gave them mining leases. So the next thing was to mine. So as a country, what do we do? Because we had not done that. Apart from Awaso, which is a bauxite area, which is in the Afio Hills Forest Reserve. And this has been since 1945, mining of bauxite in the Afio Forest Reserves. But gold mining and other things was not. And so when President Kufuor came into power in 2001, we're faced as a country either to pay judgment debt on these funds, or what do we do? And so as a ministerial committee was set up.
Okay.
A 5-man ministerial committee was set up to look into the matter. And a cost-benefit analysis report was produced. And that meant that we could mine in this forest reserve. Now, as a country, what do we do? We needed to have guidelines. We didn't have the guidelines. We had to travel to Australia. We had to travel to Richards Bay in South Africa, where mining in such areas have taken place. Brazil, in the Amazon forest. And so a guidelines was made. And so in 2001, May 2001, the guidelines came to force. And so the first company to start mining the forest for gold was Anglo Gold in the Kubi, in the Sapoma Shelter Belt. And in these guidelines, we said only the pit where you will mine will be in the forest. Any infrastructure outside the forest, because it's the gold that is in the forest. So only it. And so Anglo Gold was the first. Chirano Gold, Ashanti Chirano Limited in the Sept area was the second. And then Newmont, which is now Zinjin in the New Abrim in the on the near Abrim North area.
Okay.
Newmont Golden Ridge, which is now Zinjin because they've sold it out, was the third. Bogosu Gold in the Abuja Forest Reserve was fifth, which is in the forest, never came.
Okay.
So these guidelines were used to control these mine companies in these forest reserves. And so from 2001 up in, and when there was the lines, there were things that were stated, that were legal. And so anybody who comes, it's a guideline. We have what we call the liaison group. We also have an amount of money to be used for the development of the fringe forest communities. Okay. And these were not, they were just following, turn the guidelines into a law and into an ally, and that was it. The fact that the 3-2, which gave powers to the president, that in the interest of the nation, outgrew conservative. So that law was passed, but Constitution gives him that.
Okay.
As a head, we met the president on the 10th of February and spoke about this law, and the current Attorney General was the chairman of the Legislative Committee, Committee of Parliament to do this law. So the bad law. Yes, these are the other things. When I said we didn't do enough education, and when revoking that 3-2, which gives him the extra powers, and
Yes, I've heard what we need to understand.
I can hear you.
Yes, what we all need to understand, any plan that was initiated years back in the first place, any plan saying that all allowed to enforce clearly says that in section says that land in president on the Advisory Committee satisfies ought in the public interest to be protected from injury or distraction or from further injury or distraction. Forest growth should be established in lands in order to safeguard the supply of the district. Or two, as well-being of the forest and agricultural crops grown on those lands produce. Inhabitants of land or in the city of those lands. And go by this. That means reserve, which was created many years back, that led to the development of a line. Because a cost really explicit in that because that whose actually cost do that we needed to allow them to recoup their investment, which for me, the justification back then, that was a very terrible mistake. The activity, the very initiative to allow them to even do prospecting in the first one illegally, that was correct and deal with so that we put in our first reserves areas guarded against any activity that will cause injury or distraction. I think it is not only the fact there was no consultation with that they are the guideline, the posture of the guideline, and the permissions it allows to have access to our first as though is a piece of land that you can go in line. They are now going into our first reserves that have spent almost the mining areas forest reserves. In that our forest is sitting on gold and minerals. Our forest reserves are on gold and minerals. But if you take a critical look, and there's hydrological where our rivers come from, where the major basins come from. They all find their headwaters, forest reserves that are. Look at the map of Ghana. Look at the beam that not fitting all of them to a forest. A forest is a source of water for the river. This goes on in the central. Birium goes on the eastern region and goes the way to the. Then we have to which more and the sea. So much situated now to serve as headwaters for the very streams rivers that feed us as a nation. It is just coincidence that we also set up to protect the minerals for future use. Set up to be protected from injury and destruction as indicates it all. Okay. I will rest maybe
take it and
yeah. Back to you. I think you said something, but in here.
yeah.
So what legal reforms do you think we need to institution and how framework from where we need reform, especially Galamsey?
Is I mean, global is necessary. I'm going to go into my the solidation very and legal practice profound. Would also engineering measures as well as legal parameters. While other environmental laws is preserving the forest. Even economic gains should always line public seeing the what's line that public good. And for any law, what the mechanism deals with the interest of public in us, which is important for us. What is important to this world and the is down with no to reform law reserve that so these companies to harness whatever resources affect our GDP.
For that, yes, you see, I get what Daryl said, but you see, the first commission itself classified the forest in various. This that we're talking about was production forest reserves.
Okay.
Production forest reserves. We mean, but it's biodiversity. Forest.
I think that's important. You know, the thing you need like the some environment to accompany that. That's but to support companies who come from government or they choose themselves to instead bank how these confessional
the company. Any country, not a defaultism, whether it is publicly known or not, sets itself around key ecosystem of years. And it's the matter. If you go to the for mineral conservation managed by the mineral, you see a it's very close to they'll say that, oh, everything has an area. So you have to stick to the mining area. If you go to our production region, they have concessions that are only on the boundary forest reserve. And I have seen people from gold out in the forest think that that is where their boundary is. So I think we need to have boundaries. We need to recognize that rivers are off limits. So you don't even think of giving concession to a river close to a stream. If you don't do that and give people or the miners posture, they would give a close to a person. So even if I encroach, so I said all the permit and accountability we need to respect to lead in the right limit, making it clear that can do at the Thank you.
Say great having you. Few
Was that for me?
Yes, please.
No, for me, I'm going to say is that look, still comfort to get yes, no change. It's really getting worse. Now more and more, and it's true that I'm saying we are not only going to day. One good job. The
both to the environmental and also the deputy national director for. Let me say before I come back to you, engineer. Let me get back to lawyer. Hello, lawyer.
Yes.
You've heard Mr. Dan. We've heard.
For main diversity of that particular we need to do that so that at the end of the day, Article 30, which ensures that the health of the upheld, is always the situation, so that the incidence of cancer-related disease that seen the third will be mitigated.
Thank you very much, lawyer. Back to you, engineer. I'll come back to you, lawyer. You were nodding whilst Dari was giving the submission, whilst lawyer was giving the submission. What would you like to say, finally?
Yeah, that's fine. When I talk about production forest, that's where they harvest timber.
Okay.
Or else you won't get wood for your construction works and things. And so those were the areas that and then I just indicated that those areas too. Koko,
yeah.
And the forest farms. To have in there. We know the system is there because when there is a degraded, to get the communities buy-in, you let plant food crops as new trees to grow. And after a while, I was saying that what the process of to go in this and then ensure means we've lost.
Okay, thank you so much, engineer. I have a question. I'll cross over. Lawyer, this is that the government should focus more on youth alternative jobs, people into for survival. I am Philip from, and he says, "Hi Clement, I say it's a big problem, but how does the government plan to address the livelihoods of individual communities that depend? It is currently permitted under." He was quoting earlier to has been addressed. I'll come back to the comment. Let me take lawyer last comment. Lawyer on the line.
Yeah, please. Yes.
Lawyer, before you go, we know of a conference, God willing. I'd just like to speak a little bit conference words.
Frank, over about it, we've been advocating on the negligence and its related issues, and we've been in medicine across various hospitals in the greater Accra and seminars, but we are having a conference, the Mount Hersey Medical Negligence Conference at the Syrian Church Hall. It's at 9 a.m. We have over 150 participants from various hospitals, clinics, nursing and midwifery schools. And just as we are advocating for laws to augment mining, it's the same have been leading the charge. And this year we are saying that in the area of surrogacy and assistive technology, there has not been a regulation, comprehensive legal regime in that particular area, and that we're calling on the Attorney General, the Executive, and then also Parliament to have a parliamentarian in the person of Honorable Michael Edu from the Ministry of Health. They would also present various papers, and myself, being all these persons would be the co-panelists to direct the affairs at the conference. This is because about 15% of our population, according to Haji Woodman and Akron, in their paper that was published in the American Medical Journal, indicated the percentage I just changed to you. And the growing numbers in terms of persons seeking or couples seeking alternative procedures to childbirth is on the rise rather than the tradition, because it is not by their intention not to have traditional conception, but because they have been fraught with some form of disease. And it comes from infections, from postpartum abortion infection, or some persons are naturally born with that deficiency, and they need to go through technological assistance in order to augment their processes. So we have the experts and forming the panelists and the hospitals and all of that coming up, so that we will have a one voice resolution to put before the honorable member, who would also work through a the private members bill. As the Fertility Society has also been waging this advocacy over the years to have laws regulate this particular area. I wrote an article sometime which was published on 3 News website, and that went into comparative legal analysis, looking at what's done in the U.S., in the Australia, somewhat the developed states deal and all that, and the country we should go for being and just those are the ones that we are. So I mean, it's all packed, in fact, descending moment, so that I mean, of season is what we uphold. So negligence is gated. It cannot be relegated. It's mitigated. Just as we are fighting, advocating that's the right way. We are advocating for the right things done in the mining area. We are also doing the same for.
Okay, thank you very much, lawyer. This Mamhese Medical Negligence Conf 2025. Our video would actually be played as for viewers to get. We are actually talking about. Go William Clock TV will be there soon. Part of the media. Encourage you all to so that's happening at Ebenezer Presby Hall. Engineer, 1 hour before we go against Galamsey.
One. That about over 4 a number for mining, but have legal mining in the Amazon forest.
Okay.
Aluminium Company of America, Alcoa, are mining bauxite, Amazon forest.
Okay.
In Juruti.
Okay.
So we can do the same. But the point I'm going to make about this fight is that number one, the illegality and things like I explained to you, it's not one. There is no evaluation to find where the ore body is for small.
Okay.
So I may go and get a license, get the environmental permit, necessary permits. I get it, and there is nothing.
There is that.
And then I buy it is live there.
It is
I will leave and join.
Okay.
So even though I have a permit,
okay, thank you so much. I think we need to continue this conversation because I have a lot of viewers. Thank you so much for the sake of our time. Up to this discussion on against Ghana winning the fight. This was Ian Mark, leader director of Mining Environmental Protection Authority, and lawyer Mamhe, and also Mr. Dari Bosu, who are environmentalists, also director for Rocha Ghana. I am Clement Yabankwe, and I am in driving the station all. Thank you so much for Clock TV because we have amazing just does.
I welcome you all to the Mamhese Medical Negligence Conference 2025, which comes off on the 19th day of September 2025 at the Osu Presbyterian Church Hall. The theme for the event is third-party reproduction in Ghana, surrogacy and gamete donation, benefits, challenges, and ethics. To this August event, the panelists include Mamhese leading the charge, followed by the Ministry of Health, and then the President of the Fertility Society of Ghana, Dr. Rudolph Kantum Adagiba. We have Honorable Michael Kwesi Edu, MP for Oforikrom. We wish to have you there. Admission is free. There will be item 13 as branch meal. This is a very important program that your participation is necessary. The participating institutions include 37 Military Hospital, Police Hospital, Tema General Hospital, Millennium Hospital, Ridge Hospital, Family Health Hospital, Jordan Medical, Mother Lab, Lister Hospital and Fertility Center, Inkum Hospital, Nyaho Medical Hospital, King David Hospital. The nursing and midwifery schools, we have Kolebu Nursing Training College, Family Health Nursing Training College, Oak City College, Pantine Nursing Training College, Wisconsin University, Valley View School of Nursing, the School of Nursing, Legon. The moderator for the event is Ekia Nyama, who is a midwife specialized in fertility and fertility-related matters. Media partners include TV3, 3 News, 3 TV, Onya FM, and Clock TV. Be part. Ever moving is where medicine meets the law.
Clog TV, beyond the policy.